Hello and welcome. I am here today to jump through hoops so you don't have to. I'm going to be making a character for Dragon Warriors today, which I'll be using in some upcoming videos where I play a little solo campaign. I will put the links to all the resources I use in this video in the description box below if you're interested in that. But otherwise, I'm going to get into making a character. Okay, creating a character. Here we have a character sheet and the rules for creating one. Big paragraph about role-playing. But step 1, the characteristics. Each character is initially defined by his scores in the 5 characteristics. These are strength, reflexes, intelligence, psychic talent, and looks. The value of each characteristic is found by rolling 3 6-sided dice. These scores, roll 3d6 for strength. That is a 12. Roll 3d6 for reflexes. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Intelligence. 11. These are not bad rolls at all. Okay, psychic talent. 15? No way. 6 plus 5 is 11. Plus 4. 15. And looks. 14. Oh my goodness. That's like the luckiest I've ever been on character rolling. Step 2. In the Dragon Warriors game, there are 7 professions to which an adventurer may belong. Assassin, Knight, Barbarian, Elementalist, Sorcerer, Mystic, and Warlock. Players who have never played an RPG before may find it easiest to play either a Knight or a Barbarian. These 2 classes don't need to concern themselves with magic or stealth, just cold steel, mighty thews, and valor. In any case, Knights and Barbarians will be by far the most common classes in Dragon Warrior games. Indeed, there's no particular need to include other classes at all for many adventures, and okay. I think it's really neat that in the descriptions of each of the classes, it gives you examples of characters that would be that class, like Knights are King Arthur or Lancelot. Barbarians are Conan. Assassins are like... What's this say? Play an assassin if you want a character who could have come straight out of a martial arts fantasy movie like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Hero. Sorcerers, it says play a sorcerer if you want a character resembling Merlin or Gandalf or Harry Potter. Mystics, play a mystic if you want to dazzle your foes with the power of your character's mind alone. It's interesting they don't give you an actual example for mystics. Play an elementalist if your favorite characters are shamans, witches, and druids of legend and fantasy literature. I'm torn between choosing knight or elementalist, but warlocks... Play a warlock if your favorite fantasy hero is Elric, or if you just want the best of both worlds. Play a warlock if you want to be Hannah Montana. Player now decides which of these professions she wants her character to belong, and notes this at the top of her character sheet. I'll play a knight with a savior complex. I like that. On to step 3. Health points. Having his profession, the player can roll A character's health points or HP show how robust he is. Whenever the character takes a wound in combat, the wound is expressed as a number which comes off his HP score. Makes sense, okay? Character falls unconscious when his health point score reaches 0 and will die if it is ever reduced to -3 or less. Lost health points can be recuperated by resting after the adventure, as long as the character survives. A knight starts with 1d6 plus 7 health points. I rolled a 6? No way! Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have 13 health points. That is wonderful. A character's initial health points score increases as he advances in rank. Cool, but I'm rank 1. Step 4, the combat factors. A player is now ready to determine her character's attack and defense scores. No further dice rolling is required. You've already made the necessary rolls and choices. The basic scores are: for knights, attack score is 13, defense score is 7. 13 and 7. These are, in fact, the scores for an average character at the start of his career. If the player rolled above or below the average range on certain of his characteristics except 1, she may have to modify her attack and defense scores slightly as a result. See the effects table below. After making any adjustments, the player should enter these attack and defense scores on their character sheet. In subsequent adventures, the character rises in the rank, these will increase. Okay, so I need to look at the effects table in case. Since I got a 12 on strength, that would be no effect. 10, does anything happen? No. Okay, I'm gonna worry about this 15 and 14. What happens there? It's probably something I need to worry about in just a second. Step 5. Magical combat factors. Attack and defense, as we shall see, represent the character's fighting prowess. In the Dragon Warriors world, where magic is a reality, it follows these combat factors and must have magical analog, magical attack, and magical defense. The basic magical defense score is 3 for assassins, knights, and barbarians. Now, this base score is modified if the character's intelligence and or psychic talent fall outside the average range. See the effects table below. Assassins, barbarians, and knights do not need a magical attack score, as they cannot cast spells. So what I need to worry about is my defense. Intelligence. No effect for 13, 14, 15. Psychic talent. +1 magical defense. So my defense will be 4 for magic. And I don't get a magical attack. That's okay. I think since I'm a knight, that's all I need to worry about for magical combat factors. And on to step 6. Dodging. Some attacks are not covered by normal combat rules of Chapter 8. Character who tries to parry a dragon's fiery breath with only a sword is going to be fried. In such cases, the best thing to do is dodge out of the way. The score shows how good the character is at dodging. The score that shows how good the character is at dodging is evasion. Basic evasion for first rank is 3 for an elementalist, mystic, sorcerer, warlock. 4 for a knight. Okay. Evasion is 4. Next is step 7, stealth and perception. Any character, and monster for that matter, may attempt to move around unnoticed. Though assassins are the masters of this kind of task, the two character scores that allow the GM to determine the results of such activity are stealth and perception. For knights, barbarians, elementalists, sorcerers, and warlocks, stealth score is 13, perception score is 5. Perfect. 13 and 5. 9. Rank. All characters begin the game at first rank. Players should not imagine that this makes their characters total novices, however. A first-rank knight or barbarian is a respectably skilled fighter. While not yet mighty heroes, they have been in a few battles and know how to use their weapons. Each successful adventure gains experience points for the character. When sufficient have been accumulated, character goes up to the next rank. This is explained later on. Oh no, I skipped step 8. Backtrack. Step 8. Initial equipment. Each newly rolled character represents a young adventurer who is yet to acquire much practical experience. However, the character does not just leap into existence at the instant the character sheet is filled in. He or she is, even at lowly first rank, rather more skill in their chosen field than the average man or woman. The result we can assume of grueling training throughout the character's youth. Certain basic items of equipment have been acquired by the character in the years leading up to their first adventure. Starting equipment is listed separately for each character class. Further equipment, including missile weapons such as bow and arrows, may be purchased if the character has enough money. The equipment lists on page 134 and okay. Knights are initially equipped with plate armor, shield, dagger, lantern, flint and tinder, backpack, 25 florins, sword or morning star. I'm going to take a morning star. And on to step 10, background. Now you know what this character can do. It's time to find out more about who they are and where they come from. This process starts on page 50. Having created a new character, dice are rolled to determine his social position by birth. Most first-rank characters will probably be about 17 to 22 years old. It should not be surprising that this is not always the social position that the character now enjoys. A lot of water can pass under the bridge in 17 years. To determine the background, a player uses the following tables once he has generated a new first-rank character. Players with already established characters could also use these rules, but it's usually unsatisfactory to suddenly discover a character's life history whenever he or she has been in a campaign for some time. A couple of the professions don't use tables, but not me. For the first part of the background, you roll a D100. And each class has their respective column on the table. Alright, I'm rolling for background. May the dice be good to me. 81. What is 81? A freeman. Asterisks. There are 4 asterisks here. Refer to background subtable table 1C. Refer to background subtable 1C. Background table 1C. Another D100 roll. 11. Armorer / weaponsmith. Okay. An armorer / weaponsmith is my family's background. In the countryside, the preeminent class are the freemen. To this group belongs farmers, artisans, blacksmiths, wheelwrights, farmers, etc. Foresters, innkeepers like the famous Gully, who's in is the best in northern Albion, and the men-at-arms who form the bulk of the castle's garrison. They are the feudal middle class, few in number but usually quite well off by the standards of the time. Many own horses, swords, and even armor. They are just their lord's vassals and owe him a number of services, including 40 days in his army each year. But they can own property and may come and go as they please. Cool. I am a knight. My family are weaponsmiths and armorers. And then all that's left to do is name my knight. What's a name? I don't know why the only name I can think of is Sir Beautiful the Dutiful. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Sir Beautiful the Dutiful. So after it explains all of the character creation ins and outs, there are examples for each class, which I think is really neat. In case you miss something, there is other stuff that you can add. Like I had missed writing down my skills, so I added those. And I believe that's it for making a character. I should be good to play Sir Beautiful the Dutiful next time. That's actually wonderful. A little sneak peek of what I'm going to play. I'm going to play The Village of Frogton, a Dragon Wars solo adventure, which I'll also put in the link below. And I'm really looking forward to it, and then if that goes well, I'll continue on with another adventure. Do like a little mini campaign. Well, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you have a beautiful day. Don't forget to be nice to people. I'll see you later.